Hello? Is somebody home?
Baby, I don't want to be on camera right now.
Bobby's hungover. We just got back from the hotel room. I edited to yesterday's video and it's now 2 o'clock. And I'm just now getting my life together. Looks like Bobby's going back to sleep. She doesn't want to get her life together this early in the morning. Goodbye. I'm gonna go put headlights on my car. Sheesh. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is another exciting day for the STI. Doing another mod today that I feel like the car really needs. She's came a long ways, but if you look at the front of the car, the factory chrome headlights are just not cutting it anymore. So today we are going to swap those out for a nice aftermarket set. If you haven't figured it out by now, I'm kind of replicating the old STI build, just in a much cheaper way. So instead of the raised gram lights, we picked up the replicas of those, about a quarter of the price. We didn't do air ride. Instead of $3,000 air ride, we did $500 coilovers. The car's still gonna look very similar to the old build, just blue wheels instead of red, and we may powder coat these red eventually, not exactly sure. But the old car had some cheap headlights on it, about $350 for a set of headlights. I figured we should pick up those same exact headlights, get them installed on this car. Because quite honestly, for the money, you can't beat these headlights. They're so cheap. They're the only aftermarket set that look good. And I don't know if it's worth spending all the time digging into our stock headlights to black out the housings, when at the end of the day, even if we did all that, they still would not look as good as these. The C light right here that lights up is just super sick. Really changes the front end of this car. So they do carry two different models, I guess you could say, of these headlights for the Hawkeye. They have the STI model, which is what we picked up here. They have the giant holes in the bottom. So that is where the factory STI ballast is going to bolt on. They have the WRX model as well, which do not have the hole and come with just like the factory halogen bulb. So on these ones, we are going to have to pull off our factory headlights, take off the bulb, the ignited cord, and the ballast. Before I do any messing around with the car, what I'm gonna do is close the shop door, turn on the headlights, grab a piece of tape and tape exactly where the cutoff is on the factory headlights. It's gonna make it super easy to aim the new headlights. I'm gonna aim them exactly how the factory ones are aimed. I guess that's super easy to remember. The cutoff is right on that line right there where the hinges are, or just a touch below it. So I'm not gonna mark anything. That'll be easy enough to remember. All right, so here is a nice little before. I think what I'm gonna do is swap out one headlight and then show you guys the difference left to right. So let's go ahead and pull off the bumper, a few clips and bolts for the bumper, and then I'll show you guys how to pull off the headlight. All right, so there's a bolt here, two nuts up front, a little clip, and then there'll be two wiring connections on the back side of the headlight. Pull all that off and the headlight will pop off. All right, let's go ahead and pull all the stuff off of the factory headlight that we need. Look at this comparison. Look at the side-by-side comparison. This one looks so much better. Wouldn't you guys agree? So if you pop off this back cap, you'll see this igniter. Remove that. Pull out the factory bulb. We can set that aside. We'll need that. Now we need to remove the factory ballast, which is this black box right here. There's 3 screws holding it on. Go ahead and pop that off. So these are the 3 parts we need off of each headlight. This is the stock bulb, the ballast, and the igniter cord. We need all 3 of those pieces. Now let's go ahead and make sure they're going to fit our aftermarket headlight. So let's pop off this back cap, same thing as we did on the factory headlight, and we can get all these parts installed. So we have everything swapped over, and I know some of you guys are going to be curious if the leveling motors from the factory headlights will fit. This right here is the leveling motor, and if you look right here, it looks like there's actually 3 holes where the 3 screws for the motor could go. But I pulled that motor off, and it's quite a bit different of a setup. I'm sure if we messed with it for a while, we could probably figure out how to get them to work. But to be completely honest, I've never messed with the heights on the headlights on this car or the Evo 8, and that Evo 8 has the motors on it, and I never even touch it, so I don't really think it's worth our time to swap them out if we're never going to use them. This headlight should be all complete, ready to be bolted onto the car. So we just got the first headlight on. I'm gonna close the shop door right now, and I wanna see how far off the alignment is on the aftermarket headlight. It was actually not all that far off, so I think we should be all right. Let's go ahead and swap out the passenger side headlight. We can get the bumper back on, and if we need to mess around with the alignment at all, we can do it then. Alright, 2 quick things I figured I'd let you guys know as we are throwing this one together. So there is a cutout on the bulb right there that only can go in one way into the headlight. So that cutout goes straight to the top, and it'll kind of sit. You'll feel it drop down and kind of lock in place. And then you just secure it with this little spring. So there's that. And then on the igniter cord, there is this little ground clip or ground wire right here. You don't need to put that on anywhere. There's nowhere for it to screw onto. So you can just leave that hanging. Your headlight is still going to work. It doesn't affect anything at all. I haven't even seen if the sea lights are working or not. I think it'd be super dope to eventually pull those headlights apart and do demonize or like some sort of lit up sea light, like a different color. Kind of how the Evo 10 ones are. But I remember when I had my old STI with the same headlights, I tried baking them, heating them up and getting them apart, but for some reason I could not. So I might try it again, now that I have a little bit more experience with headlights and whatnot. Maybe I just didn't get them warm enough, or I don't know. There's got to be a way to obviously get them apart. Let me know what you think in the comment section below of the new STI headlights. I think they look sick, and they're super, super cheap. 300, I think it's like $300 to $350, somewhere in that range. So I wonder where we're at now for our budget build on the STI. Coils were 500, wheels and tires were 800. The spats on the back were 50. The side skirt spats were 60. The front lip was 50. The hood scoop was 200. I think that's all we've really done on the STI. I don't know what that adds up to. Oh, headlight. And the headlights as well. So another 300 and let's say 50 for the headlights. I don't know what that adds up to. I'll have it on the screen, but I'm sure we have probably a couple $100 left in the budget to do other stuff. Not exactly sure what else I want to do. I'm standing here looking at it right now. Maybe like 0405 taillights would look good. I do think those look a lot better than the Hawkeye headlights. And then of course like new tint, new windshield. That's not really like a mod though. I guess tint is a mod, but a new windshield is not really a mod. That's like maintenance stuff, so I'm not going to add that into our $2,000 budget. I don't know, drop a comment down below. Let me know what else you think we should do on this car to stay within the budget but make it look better. Peace out, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.